All right, everybody, welcome back to Appreciating Comic Book Art. J Scott Campbell, Gen 13, number 2 of the ongoing series. Why did I choose number 2 instead of issue 1? Well, from the miniseries to the first series, or the first issue of the ongoing series, I thought J Scott Campbell's art took a giant jump, but not as big of a jump as it was from issue 1 to issue 2. They're almost night and day. Um, this is one of my favorite covers too, and I'm not sure why it's on the back. It's not like the main cover. You gotta turn it back and put it upside down. This is the main cover, which really makes no sense to me. Maybe it's because it's part of that Wildstorm Rising Chapter 4, but it's just not as cool. In any case, J. Scott Campbell was really starting to hit his stride as a young artist. You know, exploded on the scene with Gen 13. The miniseries was a hit, and he came back out with the ongoing series at number 1. You could tell his art was just so much better. But this issue, if you read them back to back, you can just see a big jump between issues. And one of the big reasons I think the art team of J. Scott Campbell and Alex Garner together, they're really figuring out each other, really figuring out what worked and how to, you know, you really can't underestimate how good or how important it is to have a good inker with a good artist. Some inkers will change the pencils to the point, you know, if they're not that good, where maybe it resembles the inker style a little bit more. A really good inker is going to take the pencils that the artist gives you, they're going to be true to the artist's style and improve upon it with the finishing. That's an awesome shot right there. Again, you know I like silhouettes. You know, with that giant sun there. You know, one thing that was really cool about Gen 13 was it was a teen group hero book that really kind of focused more on pop culture. They did a lot of things that teenagers did, and the writing in this book was a little bit more comical than serious, which made it just a really fun read. Hey, there we go. I didn't open those. Score one for me. Again, let's just get back to the art here. Some people get upset nowadays about how women were drawn in the 90s. But I gotta tell you, it's just some fantastic art right here. And you want to complain a little bit about maybe the anatomy isn't 100% perfect. Well, let me tell you something. Drawing comic books is an exaggerated realism. You're not going for exact proportions of a regular person. Why? Because that stuff is boring. It's not dynamic when you look at it. You look at things like this. Yes, the legs are longer. The back arches a little bit more. There's a lot more bending and twisting. But when you're reading a comic book and you have a 2D format platform that you're doing, that kind of stuff adds energy to a page and it's dynamic. Just trust me on this and just enjoy it for what it is. The 90s art produced some great artists. That just hands down. I think it's a really awesome design for a character. And I honestly don't know if they ever used that character for more than just this issue. To kind of just spark a little bit of the background of Fairchild's father. Oh, yeah. So you've got She here, which I thought was kind of cool that they give a shout out to Bill Tushy. Or they have William Tushy down there when she's actually saying shit. But I thought that was kind of cool. Showing some support to indie comics. Really high quality books that Wildstorm was producing, all in art, the paper, the colors. I mean, I think Image for a period in time had the best colors in the industry, along with the best artists in the industry, and probably along with the best inkers in the industry. I could say that with extreme confidence, looking back at this period in time from '92 to '90, 7-ish. That's a really cool shot right there. And you can see how the color has put a shadow, so you can really tell that she is under something massive. Um, just really good technique with that. As you can see, I had to look at it a couple times. I thought, well, maybe it's the lighting in this room, but no, that's the way the colors did it. Colorist. And J Scott Campbell was just so great at drawing women, still is. And you gotta think, the reason why I picked some of these books and some of the artists is I'm not trying to pull out their greatest work necessarily, but I'm trying to show when an artist hits their stride and when they start to reach that next level. And this is a book that I thought really impressed me and was J Scott Campbell taking that next step forward. And the rest of the time he did Gen 13, you could see he was still developing his style. And he ultimately changed it. He did a little bit more kind of Disney cartoonish when he got into Danger Girl. He ultimately kind of went back to this style right here. Um, Here we go. Okay, we're at the end of the book, but he went back to this style, and the stuff you're seeing him do now for covers for Marvel is much more of this. It's a more matured style, but it's this right here. So thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I thought we would lighten it up a little bit because we had a lot of really dark comics and darker styles of art up to this point. So if you like this video, please give it a like. That really helps the channel. Subscribe, because I need subscribers. Because help build this channel. All right, and share it. I appreciate it. So thank you for checking this out, and I will talk to you all later.